There we go. Now the mic's on. Turn this light off because it's bright in my face. There we go. Hello. Welcome to Piece of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint various things on the internet. Good morrow, my friend, says Sir McBeardsly. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Oh, man. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. The allergies have been crazy out here. We've had a lot of mold in the area for Oklahoma, so it's been a little, if you have allergy problems, you have definitely been feeling like trash over the last couple of days. I am not exactly sure how long I'm going to be on today. I'm going to do my best because my head is absolutely banging. That's like somebody pounding on both sides of my temples at the same time. But we're going to paint some stuff. We're going to hang out, do some things. At least going to get this wing that we were fixing. Is that a new mic? No, I mean, it's kind of new. I don't know. It's new for this year. I moved it. Maybe it's going better. Is it better? Does it sound better in this area? I felt like I feel like I've almost got this figured out. It's a process for somebody who came off of a line, a food line. I'm a chef. Was what I did for most of my life, and now I'm retired, and I gotta find ways to make money and keep myself from going completely and totally insane because, yeah, if you don't have something to do when you get older, you'll go nuts. So make sure you get a hobby or something. And this is a fun one. This is kind of fun. Painting stuff for people to check out is a blast. Oh, I'm almost done. I'm almost done with this. This thing's a lot of fun. It looks all nasty and dirty. Just what we were kind of going for. All nasty, dirty, weathered looking thing. Looks like some sort of generator or pylon or I don't know. Terrain piece for our friends down at Forgotten Labyrinth Games. It's a game store and more. Go check those guys out. They're really awesome. Good friends of the channel and friends of mine. So definitely go check them out. Throw them some shekels. Everybody needs money these days. So if you need gaming needs and you've got some spare shekels, I like saying that word. Saying shekels. It's a fun word to say. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Let's paint some stuff. Boop. I'm up there now, and then we're gonna turn that on. Boop. We'll turn this light back on. Bam. I retaped our magnifying glass. I'm hoping that it is going to work better. Of course, I don't actually know if things are going to... Ooh, be careful, I'm going to break that guy. Things going to work until they either work or they don't work. So there's that, which is nice, I suppose. It's something. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps the channel. Moves us around. Gets other people to see us. I know most of our bread and butter is on the shorts. That's where I get most of my groove going. But I do so enjoy this live thing for as long as I can handle it anyway. I can't always do it. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to set this to where we can watch, or we can... There we go. I found if I at least run it on my phone, I get that one view, and it does seem to help move it around a little bit, which is kind of cool. Okay, so yesterday we were messing with this, and it looks okay, but there's a few little bits of extra stuff I feel like we could probably clean up. And that's another good thing about using Millput here is that, like, it is definitely sandable. So we can 100% kind of sand this down if I can find the right dang angle. It's hard to do this and do it on the camera at the same time. Just take your time, be very patient. Don't let yourself get out of control here. This is definitely where a mistake could be made. And one you can't really, like, if you mess this up and, like, break it, you're starting that repair all the way over. And at that point, your morale is going to be tanked. Like, you're going to have a bad time. They calling me. Okay. Almost there. Like I said, once it's all said and done, you know, your real expert model guys, a guy like me, I'd be able to look up and I'd be like, oh yeah, you fixed it. Nice. And so that's one of those things where, like, people who know what's going on, they'll be able to see the work that you did and appreciate that you took the time to do it. So don't ever feel bad about having to make a repair. Especially if you make a successful repair, that's almost more impressive than if you didn't repair it, honestly. I mean, or if you just putting it together, I should say. Because if you can repair the mistake, then it's pretty epic. Okay. Now, scratch a roll of grooves back in there. It seems like you're barely even going to see these things. But it really does make a difference. right, now we can get back to business. At least on this wing. Saturday. We have a show. We have an expo on Saturday. Good. Thanks for reminding me to say something about that. So, if you want to come to see Pieces Pet, you want to come see me in person, and maybe buy some things without having to pay shipping. Come on down Del Rio, and you know, buy some miniatures. We'll be there chilling. Kristen's gonna have her dice bags there this time too. Kristen made some dice bags to sell, so we got that going for us, which is awesome. Super excited to see how those go. I get a feeling that they're gonna do really, really well. I don't know that they're even gonna necessarily just sell to gamers. Like, I think these bags are neat, so they're and they look good. They're highly functional, so they're just little drawstring kind of bags. So I got a feeling they're gonna sell real well. That's okay, no worries. I got another one. I think the 22nd, and it's in the city. It's in Oklahoma City, so it'll probably be a little easier. El Reno is kind of like on the complete other side of the world from me, but it's all right. I don't mind. I was hoping I was going to have time to build the rest of this. I have an idea for some more like risers for the tables. But I haven't had time to really do anything with it. I do have an idea. Oh yeah, that's going to look great. By the time that's all painted in and everything, you won't even... I mean, we will. We'll notice. We'll know it was there. But most people, on a glance, are going to walk right by it and not see it at all, which is great. Especially because this wing still needs plenty of washes and stuff like that. We got a lot to do to finish up this wing. I'm scrambling at this point. I thought I was late. Nah, you're good, brother. Good to see you, friend. Yeah, so we'll be we're gonna do the Addams Family thing again tomorrow for the actual big day. I think we're gonna go trick or treating with the kids. We're running out of years to go trick or treating. They're getting too old for it. So it's kind of nice to, you know, we'll get at least one more good round in. And the Addams Family costumes look fantastic. They look great. So definitely thinking. I'm thinking Lock, Stock, and Barrel next year. Honestly, it would be fun. Peter Pan could be cool too. There's a lot of fun stuff on Peter Pan. Thanks. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Kids are a blast, so you know they're always a good time. Well, I shouldn't say always. Most of the time, they're great. They're good fun. They're good. They know how to behave in public, and they know how to have fun. You know, they're to that age now where you're not having to like constantly keep your eye on them. You know, they definitely know how to navigate more, you know, situations a little better and do things and take care of themselves. So, but on a trick or treating, it's not going to be that big a deal. Nobody really trying to kidnap somebody in the middle of a street full of other people. I mean, you would think they wouldn't anyway. I'm sure there's somebody out there who's tried. Really just kind of putting another light kiss of this burnt sienna on these wings. Get in there. I always try to paint with the direction of the feathers, just as a general tip. It doesn't always go real well for you when you're trying to paint against them. You know, sometimes you're gonna have to, but for the most part, it wants to go with the direction the feathers are going. Yeah, we got Expo on Saturday, and then another one later on this month, so that's gonna be really cool. Kind of slowly getting into that scene, really kind of learning how it works exactly. There's a lot of ins and outs to expos and that sort of thing. A lot more than you'd think. You'd think it'd be pretty straightforward. It's really not. But you know, we're getting there. We're learning a lot. Like I said, this new product should be great. I'm really excited about that. And then eventually I want to start making dice. I've got the thing over there to actually pull the bubbles out of the resin. I just gotta like buy the stuff and get around to doing it. That's the main thing I gotta do. Oh. Man, you know, my head is absolutely splitting open. Okay. Really take a look at this saddle here and see what we got going on. Maybe we should get like a suede leather. We'll get some raw sienna out. We very rarely use the raw sienna. Raw sienna looks like cheap milk chocolate. You like that really cheap shit that you get in the fucking, you know, when you're buying. It's not even really chocolate anymore. It's that thing where they have to say it's a chocolate flavored product. Like there's not even enough chocolate in it to actually call it chocolate now. It's like a slightly more brown version of ochre. I don't even know why I'm worried about painting it. I'm gonna set that guy's ass on it, so we're not gonna fucking see it anyway. These parts that you will see then. Just different types of browns in here. We'll do some. We'll do some washes and stuff later. Really bring all the rest of that out for us. I suppose it's supposed to look like armor, but I don't put like metallic armor on this thing. I would put leather armor on it. You know, you don't want to weigh it down, right? You don't want to weigh the poor bird down, right? Yeah, I was thinking like you got a little bit of probably wood here and then some leather overlays. You know, that's probably all leather. It's not rigid enough looking for it to be metal, right? Like when you look in here and you see this movement here across that. Oh, can't quite see it. Right here. This movement here on this line. It just looks like leather. It doesn't look like metal. Metal doesn't make that weird little bump right there. Like if it was metal, it would be smoother, like harder. It wouldn't look like it's moving with the griffin or axe bill or whatever the thing's supposed to be called. Whatever it's called, I don't know. I'm getting that cantankerous old man sound. Get off my yard. I practice it all the time, honestly. Learning wood and metal work to be a better painter. Yeah, when you can get the thing about metals, metallics, it's all about staying clean on the paint job, and then knowing what washes to put on it. Because like metal, like metallic paint in general, looks like brand new out of the box metal, and so it doesn't look like a real sword. So you put a wash on it. Like I use that grime wash that I make that's currently somewhere else. Right here. So like, and that is paint and mineral spirits. It's black oil paint and mineral spirits mixed together, and that stuff I put that over metal, and it makes it look like metal. Like this guy's stuff hasn't been done yet. You can see the metal here, and now it's kind of poking out. Hers has had that grime wash put on it, so it. And you look at these two shoulder pads. The only real difference here is that wash. I mean, I did put the button. I did bronze these buttons in, but that's not that big of it. That really isn't as big of a stunning difference as you think. You look at those metals. You look at the metal in here and the metal in here. This looks way too new. This looks used and aged and stuff like that, whereas his doesn't. And there's that huge difference between something being washed to make the age look right and something being just raw painted. That's a good thing to talk about. I appreciate you, Pion. Pion. I like that name. It's a neat name. What was I doing? I was painting this thing, this bird. I'm just grabbing the highlights here, right? I don't want to do too much. Phone. Oh, like Southeast Asian. My mentor's Laos. That's how they would pronounce that. It's phone. Phone. Less French, more Southeast Asian. Got it. Oh God! Now I want some spring rolls. Oh man. And some Vietnamese coffee. Holy crap. I don't know if anybody's ever drank that stuff before, but man. If you absolutely need to wake up right now, I highly recommend Vietnamese coffee. You are going to wake up. You're going to wake up and you're going to play 20 games of Go. and then you're probably gonna hot rod a car around for a little while, and you might even fight somebody. You never know. That Vietnamese coffee is not to be trifled with. I love it. Although I probably, admittedly, I probably have a bit of a speed problem. Like I love go-go. Like it was almost my undoing as a young man. Luckily, I was able to identify that as like, hey, this is not a good idea. We need to not do all that early enough to stop. Yeah, man. That's real. That's real. That stuff will make you go. If you are, yeah, if you've got to go to the bathroom, or if you're struggling with some constipation, I also highly recommend some hardcore Vietnamese drip coffee. That stuff's insane. It's so good. And I'm definitely going full lactose, man. I want the condensed milk in it. I want it. We have a little joint in Oak City that it's called Lee's, and they make banh mi's and all that stuff there too. And they serve Vietnamese coffee. Oh god, it's so good. And boba tea and all that stuff. It's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Yeah, they well, and it's the roast on it. Like they don't over roast it. You typically your Vietnamese coffee, they don't the French will roast it to where it's almost burnt. The Italians are kind of that way too. The Vietnamese like that medium roast, which gives it the full flavor, but also keeps all the caffeine in it. Keeps it from because once you go to full dark coffee, you've roasted out the. Uh, you're speaking with ice, yeah, yeah, to water it down a little. um, but if you roast things to a dark roast, then it kind of loses it loses some of the caffeine because the chemical compound in it that is the caffeine starts to break down. So like you have to have if you cook it if you roast the bean itself too much, then it messes up. I did a little bit. I did a stint as a barista. Now this is just the magenta ink. We're just gonna throw it in there. And again, I like these inks in something like this because inks are kind of shiny. And it's got the viscosity should really help us find all the crevices that we're looking for. And we're probably going to have to come back and do some repaints on those teeth. And that's totally alright. I'll do a little bit of white down real quick if we can. That's totally alright. We'll just let that dry. And we may end up needing to add something a little darker in there to kind of get it to set up the way we want. And you might roll it around a little bit to make sure you get the ink where you want it. Sometimes it moves around a little bit. Oh man, gotta hang in there, Pat. You're almost there, like halfway. Yeah, got a nice pink mouth. And pull excess. Her room has got gates. Oh, well, that's because the sun. So the sun, as the sun is now over there, so it's not coming through. There's a window that's behind me, and so now that we're towards the other side of the season, being wintertime now, or fall into winter. Yeah, it's definitely changed it definitely gets darker. It's kind of funny. It has been progressively. Yeah, no, that's real. It's totally been getting progressively darker. I love that you noticed that. That's pretty epic. I don't know that a lot of people would notice. Just been raining over there, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't rained. It rained. I guess it rained last week. Oklahoma's rainy season is definitely a hit or miss kind of thing. It's either pouring down rain or it's dry as a bone. And the season only lasts for a couple of weeks typically, and then like it stops. We get one in the fall and one in the spring. But this year has been wild. It's raining a lot. Only two seasons here: hot and hot with rain. Sometimes it'll rain with the sunlight. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I when it rains and the sun is still out is one of the things that I've always found to be one of the most fascinatingly irritating things in the world. Like, this is weird and irritating, and I wish it wasn't happening, but it's cool that it is. Try to pick up some of your highlights here. Try to help make these muscle groupings stand out. Smooth some of these transitions around. Be real careful here, though. You don't want to take away from any of the work we did that brought in some of those details. Just kind of trying to bring a little bit of it back up. Really also going to help us kind of differentiate between, say, the legs, where it's definitely kind of lion-esque, and these down here, we're looking to try to be a little bit more chicken feet looking. Just a little bit more. This is that raw umber. Just going to a little bit more here, kind of bring that brown out just a touch. You're trying to get them to look a little bit more like these, right? This is a great place to show you where that undercoats are really doing almost all our heavy lifting here. It's a really thin layer of paint I'm putting on top, and I'm just letting all the undercoat and highlighting do all the real work. From our zenithal, down to our washes and all that stuff. It's really, if you want to be a good painter, you've got to learn how to build your layers. Because that's what separates the great painters from, you know, the part timers. Hey, yeah, I'm getting better. I really appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, it's yeah, a little weave out. It's all right. I don't know exactly what it is. I got a heart monitor that's on me right now, so we'll see. uh, yeah, yeah, samurai armor's fun, in the scales, because it really does help you get better at dry brushing. Feathers, scales, even like bricks on buildings. If you're gonna do like some houses and stuff like that, it'll definitely help you get the dry brush skills. One of the things I learned how to do it on, or got to get good at it, was getting like a big flat Lego sheet and kind of like dry brushing on a Lego sheet and trying just to get the Legos on the tops of the little stacks to pop. Because if you can just grab the logos on each one of those little pegs on a Lego sheet, then your dry brush skills will be outstanding. Because that ain't easy. That's where I kind of started getting good at it, was doing that. One of my little drills. All right, now we're dry. Ooh, don't drop him! Don't drop him! Woo! Get the insides of these teeth. It's a little bit more difficult. Learn how to paint. There you go. Oh, edge highlighting is so hard. That's definitely like the last thing to work on, is those edge highlights, because it takes a real steady hand, and so you'll be a whole lot more successful with edge highlighting with some practice under you. So it's definitely one of those last. It's one of the last skills you get good at, because it does take so much more practice, and you got to develop that steady hand. Oh man! Whoa, 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 whoa. Dropping stuff. Okay, now for these claws, I'm gonna start them off with some Payne's Gray, and we'll come back and we'll add a little color to the tips. To draw them out a little more. Always be moving your model around too. Don't let it sit still. You'll end up painting yourself into a spot where, you know, one side is completely done right and the other side you barely even touched, and you get all messed up. Fujimoto. What are prep schools near me? There you go. That'll work. Yeah, art's interesting. You don't really necessarily need to go to art school to be good at art. That's definitely not how it goes. Now, if you want to get a job as an artist, a lot of times you need to, especially like commercial art and stuff like that, you'll need throwing shit everywhere. Yeah, some of my friends that do commercial art, they went to school for it. I went to culinary school. I became a chef. Which you don't necessarily need that either. You need culinary school to be a chef. Although it's really hard these days to be a chef. There's a lot more to it. And there's not, the world's in this weird place where we're not into the super creative stuff all the time anymore. We're going back the other way for a little while. It does that. It ebbs and flows. So like everybody right now, they just want it cheap and easy to get and taste okay. In a few years from now, it might go back to the other direction where people want the high-end stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting gambit. Like to be one of the big chefs, you really got to get on to the right kind of places. The right parts of the world, or the right cruise ships, or the right. It's not like it used to be. There was a lot more respect for it, but now it's kind of going the way of the dodo, if you will. Hey, bronze. 43 minutes in. I'm still holding okay. Not doing too bad. Oh, my head. Blah, 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 blah. Mistake for it sets. Painting and chef work are very closely aligned. There's attention to detail. If you want to be good at both these things, the more detail you had. Yeah, it really, just like any school, really, it depends on the instructors. And like culinary school in the States helps you get your leg in the door. There's not a whole lot of, for the bigger jobs. And you're not gonna get the gig as a food and beverage director for a major hotel and casino if you don't have a degree. They're just not gonna they're not gonna take that risk on you. Not in the States. Which, it makes sense from their point of view. That's a lot of money. The whole message didn't go through. That's funny. Damn you, Google. Yeah. Didn't want to go on the run. I wasn't a good. yeah, school's like that. School's so weird, man. You know, from somebody who taught school, like I taught culinary school, and like it's such a weird. You get out of it what you want, I guess. And if you went in and you didn't really know what you wanted, then you probably weren't getting anything out of it. So like it's a but like everybody in America seems to think that you have to go to college. Like this, it's like this thing where we decided that everybody's got to go to college, or trade school or something, and instead of like pipelining people into regular jobs and real jobs that would be more suiting for what they really want to do with themselves, and offering that a lot of education through the workplace where we you have to go and pay to have yourself trained to do this job you do so your employer doesn't have to foot the bill, is essentially what the American college experience has now become. Because it used to be you just got a job somewhere, and they, if you were a silversmith, you got a job apprenticing as a silversmith, and you learned how to do silver. If you wanted to learn how to sail ships, you jumped on a ship and you learned how to sail a ship. And nowadays you spend all this time in the classroom and for better or ill. There's also good parts to it, so don't get it twisted. I think that education is a bad thing. I think education is a great thing. I just feel like some of the stuff we teach, that we're requiring people to spend a lot of money investing on themselves in, could just be taught simply by the place that's employing them to do the thing that it wants them to do. But what do I know, right? I'm just some old guy who paints miniatures on the YouTube. It seems to I don't know. It seems to me like it's a tax. It's another one of those wealth tax things, that the hidden tax of the rich. If you can't afford to get into college and stuff like that, then you deserve to be poor, and that shit makes me angry. Especially when I feel like it's blatantly obvious that it's happening. Like that one feels like it's that one. That one feels obvious. Yeah. Well, things go down. It was COVID, I think, that finally killed the college I was teaching at. I left before that. I went to go open my restaurant. But it was, my head's starting to spin. I'm going to start shutting this down. But no, it was good. I loved teaching culinary school, and I had a great time, and I really enjoyed all the students. I did. I liked meeting new people, and helping them kind of chase their dream. It was super cool. Which is weird because I never got to really mine tried to kill me. My dream tried to kill me. So like I had to quit. I had to give it up. And so it's kind of weird now to watch other people kind of make it and be excited for them, because you'd think like I don't know, maybe you don't think it, but a lot of people, like, they would get upset. You'd think, and if maybe for a while I did, maybe for a while if I'm honest, I was pretty mad. I felt pretty bad because I was like, why all these other people got to have what they wanted, and when I tried to open my restaurant, I got sick and got taken out of the game. And that's not anybody's fault. It's not even my fault. It's just shit that happens. And so like I'm pretty good about being able to just kind of like accept that and move on with myself. But I know a lot of people wouldn't. So it's I now that I'm at this point, I like being able to. Yeah, you could take it real personally. You could let it bother you, or you can just kind of go, okay, well, that didn't work. I'm going to do the next thing, and you kind of keep trying to find like the next thing that you should be doing, or the next place to go, or the next deal. And that's how I ended up doing this. Which honestly, I love this as much as I loved cooking anything. Like I liked cooking. But this is like, it's a whole lot more fun. If I could make as much money cooking as I did doing this, then I'd be super happy. Like, that'd be awesome. You know, and maybe I will. You got to keep going at it and keep trying. And yeah, oh yeah, you just got to keep going. And like, you know, and maybe, you know, you just go from one path to another. You start off going one direction and you have to go another direction just because that's how life works. And you get to run the race this one, this one life. So don't stop. Yeah. If you're young, you still, yeah, don't stop shooting. That's my, you know, not like an actual gun, but don't stop chasing. Don't stop trying to find the next thing that you can do to try and be better at it, or you know, make some money at it, or show, you know, show a skill that you have. So just keep trying. Try keep doing things. You know what I mean? Because even when you get older, you'll want to keep doing things because otherwise you'll kind of start disappearing. Um, that's something I've noticed with a lot of folks once they stop kind of like doing hobbies and they spend all their time like staring at TVs and stuff. That's when they, you know. So definitely keep trying, keep doing things, keep drawing, keep writing, keep, you know, singing, keep playing music, and whatever it is you do out there, folks. Keep doing those things. You know, keep cooking. Cooking is a great skill, and lots of memory recall and lots of, you know, hand-eye coordination, things like that. All that stuff is so good for you. Definitely should keep trying. Don't ever stop. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's kind of why I don't really watch regular TV anymore. I just watch people build and like paint things on YouTube, or I use YouTube as like a podcast. Like I listen to people talk about stuff, but I'm usually busy doing things. I can't stand just sitting around doing nothing. It makes me crazy. I have a I'm a very I'm a busy guy. Like I like to do things. I like to get things accomplished. So yeah. Well, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, and I'm gonna go take some aspirin, and I'm gonna try to go. I'm gonna try to go drive around a little bit, make a little bit of money. Hopefully, I can get some cash in there. It'll be nice. Um, and we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back for a Halloween show, which is great, and then we'll be yeah. And then we got on Saturday. We'll be in El Reno. So if you live near El Reno, Oklahoma, come by and see us at the Triple C Expo. It's at the convention center there, I think. I'll try to post it in my posts, my little thingy, the doobly doo deal, and we'll talk about it again tomorrow. That way, in case anybody wants to come out there, say hello, buy a little piece, or just harass me, whichever way you want to do it. I'm good with it all. So we'll see you tomorrow. If I don't catch you in my cab before then. Anyway, be good to yourselves. Be good to somebody else. Be good to people you don't know. Try to be good. I'll talk to you later. Bye.